and I want to encourage all of us who are given the privilege to serve to do so with passion and commitment for the Kenyan people, for the African people. Again, and as I said on Sunday, those of us who have been given the privilege to serve, do so with humility. Have empathy with the people that you take care of. Respect those under you. Address them with respect and decorum. It costs you nothing. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Because people are people. So those of us who are here who lead this or that organization, those placed under your care, please treat them with respect and dignity. If you serve the people of Kenya, those are your bosses, they are your employers. Dignify them by the way you address them. Even when there are challenges, remain calm and steady and address problems in a humane and humble manner so that those who are victims of that challenge can feel understood and empathized. That is a hallmark of leadership. The Principal Secretary, State Department for Livestock Development, Jonathan Mweke, Leaders Present, the Director of the Inter-African Bureau of Animal Resources, representatives of the African Union member states and the African Union Commission, representatives of the Food Agricultural Organization, representatives of the World Health Organization, representatives of the International Atomic Energy Agency, representatives of research institutions, researchers, eminent scientists, distinguished partners, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I have a prepared text because when you talk to scientists, you don't talk off the cuff because your statements must be factual, based on facts and statistics. So I choose to read something that is written. I bring you greetings from your fellow scientists and the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. And on his behalf and the people of Kenya, I welcome you to the home of African hospitality. Besides hosting this 36th General Conference, we welcome you to the home of the African Bureau for Animal Resources. We hold this conference under a timely theme when states in Africa have engaged the high gear in implementation of national development blueprints in line with Agenda 2030 of the United Nations and Agenda 2063 of the African Union. Under these development frameworks, agriculture is identified as a major sector that will propel the continent to a better Africa. Distinguished delegates and eminent scientists, livestock contributes between 30% to 80% to the GDP of sub-Saharan Africa. But this contribution is under threat from the Fly disease, which has been linked to economic losses of up to $4.5 billion annually. With over 2.1 billion heads of chicken, 490 million goats, 420 million sheep, 370 million heads of cattle, and other economically useful animals, resistance to multiple drugs has been noted in 21 countries in Africa, Kenya included. This is a major threat to controlling the disease. It is also a major threat to the economy of the continent. With millions of people also depending on livestock for food, the continent will be insecure unless urgent action is taken. The meat market has been projected to the rise by more than 100% in most African countries. For instance, poultry meat demand will rise by 214% by the year 2050. On the other hand, On the other hand, globally, it is estimated that the meat demand will increase by 80%, majorly due to urbanization. And without adding much, is to say this conference is very important. And with over 300 participants from across Africa and beyond, we have an opportunity to evaluate in detail the strategies we have employed for decades. With advancement in technology, this meeting brings different experts to the table. It is through blended ideas that we can innovate to banish the disease. Further, it is a moment to look at the contribution of research in solving contemporary challenges. It is not about the quantity of research, rather the quality of research for positive impact. Distinguished delegates and eminent scientists. On the other hand, research has established that livestock contribute 10% methane, one of the key greenhouse gases driving climate change. Furthermore, over 48% of regulates degradation in sub-Saharan Africa has been attributed to livestock. In this regard, this meeting is important in contributing to sustainable food systems through integration of climate-smart agriculture. As we also protect the environment from destruction, especially vegetation, we must find a balance for elimination of the tsetse fly. This is how we meet our commitment to the Loam resolution of the year 2000 of eliminating tsetse flies through this campaign. Distinguished delegates, indeed, Kenya remains steady in eliminating the tsetse fly. Under the current development policy, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, manufacturing is a key pillar. In 2 years, Kenya will stop importing leather items. That is why we are expelling this fly disease, as it's important as we look forward to spurring the leather industry in Kenya. In conclusion, I call upon all stakeholders to work towards impact outcomes in policy and operational research. On this note, it is my pleasure to declare this 36th General Conference officially opened. I